So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you how to sell products on Amazon. We're going to talk about the differences between Amazon FBA versus FBM. I'm going to show you how to find products to sell, how to source those products, getting them over to Amazon, and then creating listings, descriptions, pictures, everything that you need to know in a condensed version on this video. Now, we have a longer tutorial as well, but I want this to be an intro here for you. Hopefully, there's going to be some gold nuggets, some tips and tricks that you can use to sell products better on Amazon using FBA. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. Okay, so one of the big questions is why sell on Amazon versus other platforms? And the biggest reason for this is because there's little marketing needed when you are selling products on Amazon. It's because Amazon is one of the largest search engines in the world. People are typing in millions of searches on Amazon. And if you can rank your product on Amazon search results, then that can quite literally equate to thousands of potential sales. Nearly half of all e-commerce sales in the United States occur on Amazon, and I think it's something over 72% of American adults have an Amazon Prime account. And so this is really an e-commerce giant. I don't think it really needs much of an introduction, and that is why, because everyone's familiar with Amazon, they have the one-click features for making purchases. It's very easy to move a lot of products on this platform. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to set up an Amazon Seller Central account. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to sellercentral.amazon.com. I will leave a link to it below in the description. And this is where you can create your seller account. Now, you're going to have two different options for selling. You can either be an individual seller or a professional seller. And the price difference here is you're paying $40 a month for the professional, or if you're an individual seller, you're just paying 99 cents per item sold. So if you're selling more than 40 items per month, it's going to be worth it to get the professional plan. And if you're taking this seriously, I would just recommend getting the professional plan right off the bat. You're going to get some other great features as well when you sign up and create your Seller Central account with the professional option that costs $39.99 per month. Now, this might vary a little bit depending on the country in which you are in for pricing, but that is the current pricing at the moment. Now, once you set up your Amazon Seller Central account, and by the way, I have a full tutorial on how to set up the specifics on that account if you have questions along the way for setting that up. But once you set it up, you're also going to need to think about if you want to use Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, or if you want to do something called Amazon FBM, which is fulfillment by merchant. And the biggest difference between these two is that with FBA, Amazon is shipping the products out for you. So when people have Amazon Prime, they're buying the products, they're coming from the Amazon warehouse, and they're getting sent to the customer very quickly, usually because of Amazon Prime. And so Amazon holds your inventory in their warehouses. Sometimes you have to pay fees for that as well. This is great for high volume, high margin products that you can really pump a lot of those out there. And also, you don't have to have your own warehouses, and you use Amazon's warehouses. Now, fulfillment by merchant is something that is increasingly less popular on Amazon's platform, and it's for a couple of reasons, mostly because when it's fulfillment by merchant, first of all, you need to ship this out yourself. It's think of like how eBay is, where if someone buys something, you ship this out yourself. The issue with fulfillment by merchant is that people are used to Amazon Prime and they want those items to show up tomorrow or the next day. And if you're doing fulfillment by merchant, in a lot of cases, you're sending that out USPS or FedEx or UPS, and it can take longer. There are upsides to it though, like you don't have storage fees and other fees that Amazon FBA will charge you. So make a decision on whether you want to do FBA or FBM. Most people end up doing FBA, where Amazon takes care of that fulfillment for them. Okay, now let's talk about finding products to sell. You've created your Amazon Seller Central account, and you're thinking about which type of product should you sell. Now, the best way to find products to sell is to use some type of product research tool. Now, we use something called Jungle Scout. I will leave a link to it below in the description. It's an affiliate link, so it helps support the channel when you sign up for Jungle Scout using that link below. But this is the best tool for finding products and doing many other things as an Amazon seller. I think it's really crucial. So let me just show you some of the features here for finding products. All right, so what we're going to do with Jungle Scout is we can sort through a number of products and we can set some parameters to help us find them. So let's say that we want to sell products maybe in the automotive space and maybe like sports and outdoors, let's say. Okay. And so, and maybe let's say tools and home improvement. And so what we can do is we can set a price range. Say I want to sell products for at least $20. This is kind of my rule of thumb because if you're trying to sell a product that's $5, your margins are going to be crushed by Amazon fees, by shipping, by all these other costs associated with it. It's going to be difficult to make serious money when you're selling low ticket items. So at least $20. I'm going to select items in high demand with low competition. And then we can also set other parameters as well, like units sold, say maybe 1,000 units sold. We can set net revenue, all these other things as well. And then we can click on search when we are ready for that. And now this software is going to pull through thousands of Amazon listings to help us find ones that could be potential opportunities. So I recommend trying this out and seeing if you can find something interesting. Now, some of these aren't going to work out, but it's going to help us with ideation when we go through these and we try to find something. All right, so here's one that I think looks pretty interesting. It is a 12-volt heater for a car, 150 watts. So what I can do is I can look into this one here. I can add this to our product tracker. And I can also go over to Amazon and take a look at it. You can see has pretty not great reviews, but it looks to be selling quite a few of these products. And so let's go over to Amazon and we can just type in heater for car and we can see what's currently selling. And so let's say that we look through these and maybe we want to look at this one and it's selling for $40. The average estimated monthly revenue is about $2,000 per month. So they're selling about 52 units per month. Now, this might be an opportunity. I should look into this more, but this is going to be the process of going through using this research tool and then just keep finding products until you find one that you think has some potential. Now, if we find a product, let's say that we like this potential for a heater for a car. Now what we have to do is we have to source that product. We have to see if we can potentially get it for a low cost and then still make enough money where it's worth our while. Okay, so now what we want to do is run some quick and dirty numbers to see if this is even going to be worth our while potentially selling this product. And so we can use something called the rule of thirds. This is like a very basic, just mental thing that you can do to size up a product to see if it's worth selling. And so the rule of thirds is essentially that you should be able to source the product for 1/3 of the selling price. And if you can do that, you probably should have enough room for some decent margins, some profit margins on the product. So for example, this is $40 that you're selling it for. So really it would be ideal to be able to source this car heater for less than about $13. If we can get it below $10, that's probably going to be pretty good, and we can probably make some decent profits on that if it's around 1/3, because 1/3 of those costs are going to go towards shipping, dealing with Amazon. Amazon has a lot of fees associated with that, and then hopefully 1/3 of that other is going to be your profit as well. So let's talk about sourcing products. What are the best ways to source products? Now, you've probably heard of something like Alibaba. Alibaba is still a great place to source products. You can talk directly to manufacturers in China or a variety of other countries. You can establish relationships with them using Alibaba and basically get those products directly from the source. I would recommend doing that, or at least doing a search there. So let's look at car heaters for 12 volts that will plug into your car. And let's see what we can find the cost for these. Now, a lot of these are not really what we're looking for. Remember, we're looking for something kind of similar to this, where it plugs into a 12 volt adapter there. So let's continue searching through. And this one looks like it could be interesting, pretty similar. So you have to go through, find all these different products. Let's say that this one looks pretty similar. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have to order a sample of this. We're going to have to try it out ourselves, because you don't want to sell junk products. You're going to have a very short-lived Amazon selling career if you sell junky products that don't work. You need to verify with the manufacturer that this works. So what I want you to do is, once you find a product that has potential, you're going to order a sample from this manufacturer on Alibaba or on any of these other sites like DHgate, even through Temu. I've seen people make money on that. And so you're going to get a sample from them. You're going to test it out. You can do private labeling as well. We'll talk about more of that in other videos. This is just the basics of it. Okay, now remember, this is going to take time. So you're going to have to wait for that sample product to arrive to you. You're going to have to test it out yourself, maybe even order a couple of them so that you can make sure that they are high quality or at least up to par and you're able to sell them. But then once you do that and you verify that these are good products, you're getting them for, look, about $2 to $3 to $4 per item, and you have the potential to sell them for up to $40. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the same quality as this. You always want to assume the worst, and so we might have to assume that we might end up selling these for $25. We can try to sell them for $40, but we might get squished down if there's competition coming in. So you want to make sure you have room to have pretty solid margins there. But if we're getting them for less than $3, it looks like we're going to have some pretty good opportunity there. So then you can go ahead and order them. You can send them to the Amazon warehouse. There's a lot of steps here that I'm kind of brushing over because this is a shortened, condensed version of this video. I will make a longer version of this video. If you would like to see it, please let me know down below in the comment section. But that is going to be how you're going to source products. Now let's talk about how to list products for the title, for the description. There's a lot of things that people mess up on this and they end up losing a lot of potential customers. Now, I would also recommend ordering samples from multiple different manufacturers. So go through and don't only just order a sample from this one, but see if you can find other ones that are pretty similar, like perhaps this one, order a sample for that, order a sample for this one, so that you can test out yourself. You can test out 5 or 6 of these different products to see which one actually is the best bang for your buck, the one that you're getting for a low cost, but you know is going to be high quality. And the real only way to know that is to actually test them out yourself. So order as many samples as you can from different manufacturers for something like a car heater. I'm not saying you should do this product specifically. I'm using this as an example here in this video. And then once you do that and you find the best of these products, you're then going to submit a larger order from one of these manufacturers, have that sent over to the US. There's some important steps there in the mix as well that I can't touch on in this video that'll end up at the Amazon warehouse that you can then start selling those products, okay? I will make a longer tutorial, like a multi-hour long tutorial for selling on Amazon. If that's something that you would like to see, please let me know down below in the comment section or shoot me a message somewhere, okay? Now, what we're going to talk about is very important, and that is listing products in terms of title, in terms of description, photos, reviews. These are things that people mess up all the time, all right? So let me just take one as an example here to show you a good and a bad product, okay? So let's say for this car heater, and by the way, all these metrics here are just the plugin from Jungle Scout. It's pretty great. So let's take a look at this listing here for an Amazon car heater. All right. So first of all, the title. The title is crucial because you need to keyword stuff as many important words in here as you possibly can. I suggest even using something like ChatGPT to help ideate on potential keywords to create. Now, don't just ask ChatGPT to make you an Amazon description for your product, because it's not always the best, but it's going to help you give you ideas for making this a better title. Now, this is not a terrible title. They still were able to put in, 12-volt heater fan for most vehicles, truck and car heater portable. But I think they could do better, and they could add more really helpful keywords in here to rank. Also, things like travel time, they should keyword stuff the important words towards the front of the listing rather than having it towards the back. So here's a heater fan, car heater, but really this word should be closer to the top instead of travel time, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I'm just kind of critiquing some of the things here and trying to help you out, okay? The description looks pretty good. Having these bullet points is really helpful because it breaks down each one of these using caps for the first phrase is also very helpful. I would recommend doing that. And then also their photos are great as well. So having not just a photo of your item, but taking some time and either making graphics yourself or hiring someone on Upwork or on Fiverr to do this, where you have words on the actual photo as well. This is super, super impactful for increasing those conversion rates. You can see how they have descriptions for each one of these different features of this heater. These are great photos. I think they did a great job on this. I would recommend creating a listing very similar to this, where you have those descriptions on the photographs. Now, one of the best ways to create a top tier product on Amazon is to literally just look at your competition, read the reviews, specifically their bad reviews, and see how you can improve on that. So we're going to go through and read through the bad reviews here on this product and see why people don't like it. Now, there's only 2 bad reviews or 1-star reviews here. And so we can read why they didn't like it. It didn't warm it up. It didn't defrost anything. It has a good fan, but it's not working properly. Didn't even get hot or warm. So these are pretty recent reviews as well. But sometimes we can learn a lot from just reading our competitors' reviews on Amazon, and that's going to help us out a lot for our listing. Okay. And then the final thing I want to talk about here in this video is going to be, how do you actually get sales? How do you increase your conversions and start to actually sell products on Amazon? There's a number of ways to do this. The top one that I would recommend for anyone just getting started is to have external traffic that you can push to your Amazon listing. This could be through social media. This could be through any type of paid ad. You can also do things like pay-per-click ads where, let's say that we look up something like paint for a Cub Cadet, and you can see that these are all sponsored listings here. So you can increase your odds of selling products if you run ads for this product. Now, this is going to cost you money, so I'd be careful doing this right off the bat. You want to make sure that you have a good listing and a good product before you start to put money into it and try to boost it there. But that's something that can help you get some initial sales. On top of that, look, you got to realize that Amazon is one of the largest search engines in the world. If you keyword stuff, you put a really great description in there, and you focus on creating the best listing possible, you're going to start ranking in Amazon. What they're going to do is they're going to test it out. When you put a new product on Amazon, they're going to test it out, put it towards the top in search results, sell some, and then see how the customer likes it. If the customer likes it, they leave good reviews. It's going to boost you in the search results. And so it basically comes down to, if you have a superior product at a great price with a really great title and description, it's going to be something that you can rank in Amazon. And once you get those top spots, it's really something that can cash flow significantly. So that's the basics on how to sell on Amazon. There's a lot of stuff we still have to talk about. I'll leave that for a longer video. I just wanted this to be an intro here for you. Don't forget to check out Jungle Scout. It's a great program and software for not only finding potential products, but also for marketing, for sales analytics, advertising, everything else that you need, you can use for Jungle Scout. And I'll leave a link to that down below in the description of this video. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, shoot me a message over there, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as possible. And so signing off, see you next time.